in honor of our country and all those who serve. Would you please all stand up and read the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This event is about community, not theology. It is about American Muslims. It is not about the religion of Islam. My name is Zach Moyuddin. I have lived in Tutalahoma here in Coffee County for the past 24 years. I'm a registered professional engineer. The American Muslims are part of the changing demographics of this country. The strength of the United States historically has come from taking on changes and not be stuck in the present, or worse, stuck in the past.
I love the past.
Good evening. My name is Zulfat Suara. I am the chair of the American Muslim Advisory Council. I am also a CPA by profession. We want you to listen to us, and we want to listen to you. We will take up all the questions, and we will do our best to answer all your questions. It's not about making up stories. There's been people describing us, telling people who we are. We are here to talk to you, who we are, face to face, so you can put a face to the people that you have been describing. And you can go to our website, along with so many other Muslim organizations, condemn terrorism. Yes, we have. And there's a lot of things that you will see in our presentation that shows that way back as 1999. Some of it is not picked up, some of you may not know about it. We are Americans and we are Muslims. And the fact that somebody says American hates Muslim does not make it true. I am an American and I'm a Muslim and I love this country, and that's the fact.
Thank you for coming out. And yes, my name is Dorothy Zwayed. I am the Eastern Coordinator for AMAC. I live in the Knoxville area here in Tennessee. I have lived in Tennessee for 30 years. We made Tennessee our home after attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Go Vols. I was born and raised in Noonan, Georgia, a little bitty southern town south of Atlanta, Georgia. We have the Honorable William C. Killian, United States Attorney, Eastern District of Tennessee. So please help me welcome to the podium Mr. Bill Killian.
Marhaba and Nasalatum Alaikum. Good evening. It's an honor for me to be here and speak with you, members of the American family, and to reflect on the current struggle for civil rights in the post-9/11 era. Thank you for your invitation to speak. The American Muslim Council continues to be a partner with us on addressing the challenges we all face in keeping our country safe and protecting our civil rights and civil liberties. I simply ask for the courtesy to listen to my remarks. Interference with the right to vote the other rights that we have that are listed. There is far too many people are still repeating the same vicious acts against members of the Arab, Muslim, Sikh, and South Asian communities. Truly,
about 3,000 have died in New York City. One example, sir.
let me be clear. In this country, hateful speech is allowed. It is protected by the freedom of speech part of the First Amendment. But if someone makes threats of violence, that is not protected speech, and they will be prosecuted. You need not like the color of a person's skin, practice their religion, agree with their sexual orientation, enjoy their various cultural traits, or appreciate their living with a disability. However, under the law, we must respect their civil rights. Under the law, people may not be threatened or subjected to violence because of these traits. And we will continue to work night and day to keep our communities safe. Safe from terrorists and safe from those who would commit hate crimes. It causes young people in schools from bullying and harassment. We know that many Arab and Muslim children face unacceptable taunting, bullying, and even violence because of who they are and what they look like and where their parents came from or the way they worship God. Not only are we all God's people, we are all America's people. As the Attorney General said, our focus must be on Our focus must be on individuals as opposed. Our focus must be on individuals as opposed to communities.
Before we go any further, I'm going to ask one thing. Plead one thing. Show respect. We are here. No. We are here to respect you. Please show respect. Okay? Now, what I would like to do is to introduce our next guest, Mr. Kenneth L. Moore. He's the FBI Special Agent in charge with the Knoxville office. Please help me welcome Mr. Kenneth L. Moore.
And our economy. Internationally, Al-Qaeda and its supporters and sympathizers represent the primary terrorism threat to this nation. Domestic extremism threats include violent white supremacists, anarchists, militia groups, and sovereign citizens, animal rights, and environmental extremists as well. Like some of you, many in the American Muslim community have come forward to support the FBI in very visible ways. Muslim Americans have cooperated with our interviews and supported our investigations. One of the greatest acts of support that we have received from the Muslim community since the tragic events of 9/11 is their response to our urgent need for translators. I know they're probably interpret their language as well as we battle the acts of terrorism. Since 9/11, as a result of their response to our need, we have more than doubled the number of translators that we have for the Arab languages.
Hey, look, this is Donnie Harwood once again from Manchester, Tennessee. We have Pamela Geller here. She is going to tell us why she is here today, and we're so glad to see her. Pam, it's so good to see you.
I'm thrilled to be here with all these patriots and freedom lovers. Clearly we're here because freedom of speech, our First Amendment right, is in danger. It's the key. I mean, without freedom of speech, peaceful men will have to resort to violence. And so it is wonderful that people here understand what's at stake, and they came out on a hot Tuesday night to stand up against this pooch.
My name is Sabina Moyuddin. Zach Moyuddin is my brother-in-law, not to get us confused. Just a short introduction about myself before I do the presentation on understanding the American Muslim community. I understand already. I want to see a show of hands. How many people are native Tennesseans? So am I. I was born and raised in Nashville. My children were born here and raised here. That makes me a second-generation Muslim, my children a third-generation Muslim. And I'm proud to be an American and a Tennessean above all. I graduated from Vanderbilt University with a degree in mechanical engineering, but I chose to serve my family, raise my children, to be the best that they can be. But Muslims are not new to American history. They've been here through the beginning of the American history. So Muslim integration is not a new phenomenon. I taught my kids history, so don't ask me. It is estimated between 15 and 20% of the slave population that were brought from West Africa, which had known Islamic empires, were Muslims. Many of them forcibly converted to Christianity. And there's a documentary on Abdurrahman, Prince of Slave. He was a Muslim prince that was later released. Please be quiet. Ask his pastor. So, then Muslims in the military, thousands of Muslims proudly serve in the military. They came for educational opportunities. My father came in 1961 to do his residency. Economic opportunities. They strongly believe in the American dream that if you work hard, you can succeed. Religious freedom. And, you know, many people come from a place where you cannot openly practice your religion. And family reunification. Muslims in Middle Tennessee, it's about 30,000 Muslims in Middle Tennessee, And one famous Muslim who came in the 1970s is Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus, who studied at Vanderbilt and taught at MTSU. You take the numbers together, a total of 81% of American Muslims are citizens. So I think you have to understand, when a Muslim talks about Sharia, they're talking about how it is applied in the personal life. How is it I am supposed to raise my children to be good human beings, my responsibility to my parents. It's a guideline how to live an ethical life, like the Jewish canon law. Diversity of interpretation is not stagnant, and it's consistent with the values in the Constitution, because it really emphasizes justice, and it compels Muslims to obey the law of the land. Islamic values are consistent with American values about neighborhood love, environment, justice, helping those in need. And Prophet Muhammad said, none of you truly believes unless he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Integration. American Muslims try to be true to their religious values while still remaining uniquely American. For both men and women, and it's not unique in Islam. The first picture is of a Jewish woman, the second one is Mother Teresa, and the third one is Ingrid Mattson, the president of the Islamic Society of North America. Show respect, other people are listening. I mean, we're talking about civil discourse. Muslims have condemned terrorism for many years, and you know, people complain, I never see it. Well, visit that website, the American Muslim, and you will find all the documents in which they have condemned terrorism. It is the prejudice or hatred of Muslims and Islam. It is carried by the media, politicians, paid speakers, and if you read the Center of American Progress, Fear Incorporated, you can realize how much money they make selling books, instilling fear in people who are willing to do anything out of fear. And there's this narrative they are trying to push on people, that it is a clash of civilization. Well, that's what extremists, Muslim extremists, Muslim terrorists, they're trying to say it's a clash of civilization. And here the Islamophobes are saying the same thing. I think they should come together for tea. Tea party, yes. But Islamophobia has real consequences within our community. Children get bullied in school, and that should be unacceptable to everyone. There's discrimination, racial profile, and hate crimes. 2007, a mosque was burned down in Columbia, Tennessee. Shame on you. Last August, six members of the Sikh community were gunned down.
Hi, I just wanted to make a brief comment. My name is Nader, and I was born in Tennessee, and I was raised here. I was raised here in Coffee County. I went to high school and elementary school and middle school all here in Coffee County, and I've attended a lot of public functions. And the behavior on display today is not what I was taught here in this county. Thank you.
One of the questions was, why does Islam demand freedom of religion and speech in America, but don't do it in Muslim countries? Okay, at the beginning, like I was telling you, I grew up in Pakistan. I grew up within less than 100 miles of Afghanistan border. That's the Taliban stronghold that I see on TV. I want to tell you, I went to a Catholic school there for 10 years. So if you are thinking there are no Christians there, you can accept this is how reality is. So what is there happening today is happening. Recognize that those people didn't suddenly remember to become Muslims in the last 30 years. We were Muslims then there, we are here. What has happened is it has become a political ideology.
To be real here. As in the beginning, I told you, my name is Dorothy Swayed, and I grew up in Noonan, Georgia. I was born, listen, I have 10 generations and more. Okay, more. I am an American. My children are American. My children are Muslim. My parents, no, you have to, there is a shame. There is a shame because where I grew up in a racist society where desegregation took forever. No. I saw racism as I grew up. Okay? And that's what we've seen here. And due to the interruptions, yes, it was racism. Okay? So, due to the interruptions of tonight's evening, due to the fact, and I'll tell you, my father was a Baptist minister. He would never sit here. No. He would never have sat here and acted like you guys did. Okay? Not everybody. But the ones who are being abusive and very interruptive, okay, you could have listened, but you chose not to.